Hey, what's up, y'all? And this is a Light-Bulb moment.
I'm Asania.
And I'm Deshaun.
And it's a motivational podcast.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, awesomeness. I love motivational podcasts.
Stay tuned.
Y'all check it out. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Light-Bulb Moments podcast. And I am Deshaun.
And I'm Asania.
But,
Nigga. I swear, boy. I was like, I'm gonna do a regular opening. It's gonna be a regular opening.
I mean, you could have just kept going.
Shit.
You could have just kept
going.
going.
You threw me off with a little at the end.
That's
that
my
shit throws me
thing.
off. Yo, these sinuses is killing the left side of my face like a motherfucker.
Oh, that sucks.
I know.
But anyway.
Oh, damn.
How are you? The sinuses are killing the left side of his face like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, I'm sure he's good. He in good spirits. I'm well, thank you.
The whole time myself.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. That's awesome, bro. That's how great you are, bro. You can do your back and forth by yourself.
It takes greatness to make greatness.
That's how I know you've been doing this for a while. You a G. And you do this with multiple people, so you get consistent practice.
I do. Ooh, I ain't never thought about that.
Yeah, you got stupid. Like, dude, think about that. If you tally up the hours that you do this, different people
I could teach
do
a
it.
podcasting class.
My nigga.
How to podcast.
My nigga.
What to do and not to do, and how to do it.
Okay, so all jokes aside, we was watching David Banner's podcast last week, right? Mm-hmm. David Banner podcast. And it was the first episode. And we're like, for real? Like, I was sitting there critiquing that shit. Like, all right, D Banner, like, yeah, you can cut some of this out. You can wind this down a little bit. Segue into your segments kind of like this. Shorty over here doesn't seem as much as interested, and it conveys in her body language.
Oh, so it's video.
Yeah, it's video,
okay.
And it conveys in her body language and how often she participated in conversation. And then homeboy over here looks kind of green. So the energy is literally coming from David Banner and his personal trainer. Like, that's the show. And by the time it was over with, like, me and Lexi finished watching it, it was like, it was dope. It was a cool concept.
I'm sure David Banner has a lot to say.
But it felt a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
But I know it's his first.
That's what happens when you got a lot to say.
Yeah, and that's what happened. It was just way too much after a certain point. And it was like, yo, we're about an hour, about 30, 45 minutes into it. And you got
and he still ain't got to it? The fuck?
Well, that's the thing. I don't even really can't tell you what the episode was about.
Interesting.
Because it's the first episode when they were trying to establish what they were going to do.
Oh, okay. So he'll find his way. Yeah.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I can tell you what this episode about. So we talking about the universal laws.
Damn, that was a badass trick. No, nigga, you not good. That was you with a real guy. I can tell you what this is about. So I don't feel confident in me expressing what I'm about to tell you what this is about.
How about the law of cause and effect and the law of compensation?
Yes, we're on the number 5 and number 6 law. We're on part 3.
Are they?
The 12 universal laws.
Right.
Yeah, because we did 1 and 2, 3
but
and 4.
they're not really
6.
numbered like that. I think we just kind of saying them how we want to say them because some of them pair together. I don't know.
Yeah, true,
but that's what it is. That's what he was going to say. But
I mean, that's the order they're in. So technically, the order we present them in, it would be the 5th and 6th law
and
that
that's
we present.
Okay.
So
having a good time. But anyway, so yeah, I really enjoyed these laws. I did. They just make sense. It makes you kind of take accountability.
This nigga really got notes.
Yeah, I do.
Like this nigga really got. He took effort. Yeah. Yo, this is a brand new Deshaun. Y'all don't understand, bro. I sat back and thought about the evolution of Deshaun for the past 2
years.
Really? I'm serious, bro. You.
I mean, we all have to grow. We all have to grow. We all evolve into something.
Yeah, but I've been around for it though.
Right.
And I feel like I've been a part. I feel like I've been a part.
What's different? We can talk about that later.
Okay.
But I like these laws a lot. I do. Because it makes you take accountability and really like reflect and figure out what caused whatever to happen in your life. Whether it was a direct effect or indirect effect or direct cause, indirect cause. So I really, really like cause and effect. I also like the law of compensation because I love how what I was reading, they were saying how compensation is not really just money. Compensation can be any type of blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was... Because at first I was reading it, of course, when we hear the word compensate, we automatically think dollars.
Get something.
Yeah, like
like
tips.
You,
you know what I'm saying? But it can come in a lot of different forms. These are two really good laws. I like these better than our last two laws.
And I try to express that when I talk to people about pursuing their goals, because we get caught up in that rat race to try to chase cheese, so that we not caught up in this rat race, which literally you just run around in circles at that point. And I expressed that I had to figure out, even for myself, pursuing something for monetary intent left me frustrated and really lost in the scenario. And I had to stop and think about it. If I'm pursuing something because it's passion and not honesty, ooh, that's a good one. I will be compensated monetarily regardless.
Right. And we talked about that when we first started the podcast.
Money will be part of the byproduct.
Right, exactly. Just because I felt like we were getting something else out of this anyway.
Right.
We would be compensated in a different way.
Yeah, I've been extremely spiritually compensated.
Right. So, yeah, I like that.
I'm learning so much more about spirituality, growth. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This is like a rabbit hole. Found out that the chakras don't stop at 7.
Oh. Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah, that's a whole nother... We're not even gonna get into it.
That's deeper than
that was... Yeah, that was like a whole nother rabbit hole. But this whole spirituality game is really opening up my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's really making me...
like a universe.
It's making me change a lot. It's making me think about what I'm taking in. Not just food, but information, people, everything. Like, it's really making me want to fine tune my habits, all the way down to like my sexual habits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was free because I didn't I was free with giving out my energy sexually because I didn't respect myself or understand my own self-worth. So through this whole journey, it's like, my energy is very valuable, especially when I'm fine tuning it.
Right.
And it's in abundance and it's clean. Do I really want to just be giving this out to people just because they feel like they, you know what I'm saying?
So. Yeah, I totally get it. Real quick, something that happened to me. Well, something that has happened to me over the years, with serving tables. I'm starting to feel like, because people at my job, everyone wants a different job because we're unhappy with the money that we make. But at the same time, we're also saying to each other, but it's so chill here though. So it's almost like the fact that it's easy and chill and everyone gets along with each other is kind of outweighing the monetary aspect of the job. Cause it's kind of, I know, he's like, huh? Chill. And everyone gets along with each other. It's kind of, I know.
You feel like that?
He's like, wait a minute, goddamn. I'm like, I don't know about all that. But cause we talk about going to other places. Cause one guy, he mentioned Cheesecake Factory. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I feel like going back to that Noxie hard serving. That's like...
Okay, I see what you're saying. So since the environment of the restaurant is so relaxed and calm, that outweighs the mind. And I understand what you're saying because the environment we're in is so toxic that the question on a daily basis for a lot of people who have end up leaving is due to the fact that I know we make a lot of money here, but does that outweigh my peace of mind and my happiness having to be in this toxic ass environment? When I go home, I'm frustrated. I'm bringing this stress home with me. And as a server, nigga, you ain't got no work that should go home with you.
Right, like this job is
work
not
should
that.
Never go home.
This is not that job, right?
The only thing that should go home with you work is your fucking tips.
Yeah, that cash.
And that's it.
So yeah, and I feel like it's like the environment of the job is outweighing the fact that the money could be a lot better. And I actually just got another job because I do still need more money now. You know, I gotta survive. Goddamn. But I just got another job. And something that I liked when I was interviewing was, I like the vibe of this manager. So that has become more important to me. Right. Because I do feel like
the energy around
right, I'm paying attention to the energy around me. And I feel like I'm starting to adopt the concept of money will come. it takes some time. You know what I'm saying? It takes some time to adopt it, but I am truly starting to adopt that concept that money will come, and I will always be okay. So. I will always be compensated.
So this past week,
Right.
I actually had to use the law of everything, the law of compensation and cause and effect, because I didn't have a shift, and it was gonna be hard to find an extra shift, and I needed a certain amount of money before this weekend was out. But I knew that I'm getting tired of going to work every week and then focusing solely on the money and getting frustrated. So this week, I just said I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna get. The universe is gonna give me. I'm gonna go into work. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna do it the way I'm supposed to do. I know what what I can potentially make if they put me where they can put me.
Right.
And I know what I can make. So as long as I go in there and do that and inspire somebody and spread love the whole time, I will be compensated for what I do when I go to work. Got there. Saturday wasn't bad. It was really slow. Sunday,
It was busy.
not even busy.
Right.
It was cool.
Right.
I did really good. But there's one table that I connected with,
Yeah.
put it over the top.
Nice.
And it wasn't because I was shucking and jiving for him to get that out of him. It was sincere. We had a sincere connection.
Right. You gave a piece
And
of
I gave him
yourself.
peace of mind. Yeah, and I actually gave him some insight too. And they compensated. Honestly, I thought it was a 20 spot. I'm going to just leave it at that. I thought it was a 20 spot. Let's just say that. It wasn't a 20 spot. I just put it in my back pocket because I wasn't tripping off of the money.
Off of what it was, right?
Yeah, because I knew I was going to be compensated.
Right.
For what I put out. So I looked up and in 3 days, I made exactly what I need to make sure my bills was covered.
And you know what? I feel like us as servers, we should be so much more aware of these laws, especially law of compensation and law of cause and effect, because we can directly see the effects of what we do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great experience to take these laws and actually utilize them
implement
in
them in real time.
Right,
Implement
exactly.
them.
And at the end of the week, you can kind of reflect on everything and see how that was different versus the week prior.
Because for other
really
people, they
as
make
aware.
it hourly, so they're going to make what they're going to make regardless. They just got to figure out how to make it through their day.
Right, exactly.
It lasts for them hours. We go in and your interactions and so
you have control over your money.
Yeah, the minute you start telling yourself ain't no money in here today and we ain't gonna make no money, like my G.
Right.
Ain't no money in here for you then.
Right.
And then you looking across and you wonder how this dude is over here getting it in the same shift, the same space as you, but they like, they don't have the same perspective and mentality as you. They not in here telling themselves ain't no money in here. It's
Your
like,
thoughts cause an effect.
yeah, they like I'm getting whatever I'm gonna get.
Very true.
Somebody's gonna come to me.
Exactly. Very
You don't know that one person come in and throw you a $200 tip.
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
Never know.
And you sitting there talking about ain't no money in here. But that person just got 200 on.
It's never who you expect it to be.
Bruh.
It's always soon, and it takes just kind of letting stuff go and not even thinking about it. Like, you know what, I'm good. Like, not even worried, not pressed. Just, I'm good.
Man.
Just detach. Yeah, you got to detach from that outcome.
From your ends.
Yeah, just get out your own mind. Just get into the moment. Have fun serving tables. Like, I know it sounds how it sounds, or whatever you do for tips. You know,
whatever you do for money.
Whatever you do for money, just have fun. Get in the moment. Be there, and
be the best you can be at.
The universe will be in the background, just kind of making things.
Come on, man.
Like,
My energy directly affected you one day when I came into work. Remember you had that table?
I do remember.
That family.
Oh yeah, and they tipped us. Yeah.
Remember I came in, I didn't do nothing but give some good energy to the table. It was your table, and then you walked up to me, and like, "This is all you. This ain't got nothing to do with me because I ain't do nothing that great for him. So you get one and I get one." Right. And it was like, what? And it was like hey, I'll tell you about this one. We'll brag on this one. It was $200 bills in the book. One was for Deshaun and one was for me. And all it was some good energy that was put out there. And the guests were like, "We appreciate the energy y'all give out. So here, One is for you, and then give the other one to your coworker. And
That was
Deshaun
so
is a
dope.
real one because he actually brought it to me instead of being like, I ain't getting this nigga shit.
Okay.
Because he understood the karmatic energy.
I could have just kept and gave him a 20.
Right. But the karma behind it would have been so much more pressing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even since then, like, Deshaun has had an understanding of a flow of energy and putting that kind of vibe out there, how you can be compensated.
Because karma, they say, is the law of cause and effect in motion.
Yes. So you put some negative call, you do some negative calls.
It's gonna come back.
And the effect is gonna be negative in the form of karma. But yeah, man, what's crazy is we don't really pay attention to what we doing, bro.
Right. And I feel like if you just kind of be aware a little bit, you wouldn't even gotta be like in every single second, but if you just pay a little bit more attention. It could change a lot of things.
You know what's crazy? But the more you pay a little bit more attention, the more you start to pay attention to every second. And after a while, you're not even consciously.
You're in flow, right?
Yeah.
Is that called flow?
I don't know.
We can call it flow.
We call it flow. I feel like you're just flowing just because
like a wave.
It's like, and as you and as you flowing, as my hand moves like a wave. Yeah. Think about a nigga sitting in a raft. While they sitting in the raft, they just, and it's flowing, they just looking at their surroundings, paying attention to everything that's going on around them easily without forcing themselves to do it.
Right. So I love these laws. They're just so like
they govern how we operate.
They govern how we
don't pay
operate
attention to it on a regular basis.
And you can apply this to like anything.
My nigga.
From like your relationships to like jobs, health, finances, to like a lot of different spirituality. And I love how they make sure, like over and over again when I was reading, they was making sure it's not just about money. No, it's about other stuff too.
Right, because what happens is you start getting lost in that shit.
Right. And the law of compensation, one thing it says to increase compensation, you must increase contribution. So I just thought that was dope. Yeah, I thought that was so dope.
My nigga.
I know, right? Like you reap what you sow.
No, not only that, it's also like, for instance, I used to be tight with money. And some niggas used to tell me, like, I had to respect that shit eventually. I didn't want to hear it when they said it, but it was like, my nigga, if you want to make money, you got to spend money.
Right.
If in the stock market, if you want to make money in the stock market, you got to spend the money. Right. If you want to make something happen, you got to invest and spend. You know what I'm saying? You got to put that energy out there. You got to create that cycle. If you ain't creating that cycle by putting what needs to be that tool, that compensation, that item of value into it, then you're not going to get nothing back.
Because money is energy.
It is. It's a tool. So that's definitely, man, you got to invest in that shit. You got to really put something into it. Right. Like time, effort, thought. It's funny how, like, a lot of people just like having a conversation, and once the conversation is over with, then that's it. Right. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm past having conversations with people about shit. Like, I'm not like real shit. I don't know if you noticed. You ever noticed something different today? Besides my hair being neat? I haven't done this one time.
Oh wow, that's dope. Why?
I got rid of it.
Why?
Just so y'all understand, because y'all can't see, I'm talking about my e-cig. Because it was time. But instead of constantly talking about it and setting a date with somebody and saying I'm starting on this date, when the day came and I realized, don't get me twisted. If I fall back on it, I fall back. It's been a week.
How you feel?
I just don't feel no different. I know I have an old fixation, so every once in a while I want something, but it's not the e-cig. I didn't want it until like I got in tense situations, like maybe at work, and I was tight, so couldn't sneak off and go take a drag. But for the most part, like when I'm just chilling, like no, I'm good. Right. So I haven't really noticed a big difference. I have wanted it here and there when I think about it. But I'm also, the way I psych myself, I gave it to somebody and told them to hide it. Not to throw it away, but to hide it. So in my mind, I psych myself out. I know it's still out there in existence. Right. It doesn't have to be replaced. So if I ever want it, I can still get it. It's just not my grasp. I have to ask for it. And I'm
go through the steps.
Right, but then on part 2, I'm too fucking cheap to go buy a new one, knowing that there's one out there that I can put my hands on.
You have to outsmart yourself.
I've psyched myself the fuck out.
Right, that's funny.
psych myself out. Because if I hit it around the house, I knew where it was.
I mean, because you hit it.
Because I hit it.
Yeah.
But I gave it to somebody who was like, okay, just hide this for me, please. If you throw it away, don't tell me. Because if you throw it away, then that means I need to go get a new one because that one is gone. So I'll easily go get a new one because I need a new one anyway. But knowing that you have it and I still have access to it, I just can't grab it. It literally psych myself out.
That's what's up.
So, but yeah, I'm actions. I'm not going to go tell the world about what I'm going to do. And then if I don't do it, if it doesn't happen that way, then they looking at me like.
Right. Can't talk about it, got to be about it.
Right. I feel like that's what happened with this. I was talking about the podcast, but wasn't nobody really seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now that we really doing it, and then we on multiple platforms like Spotify, Himalaya, Stitcher, Radio Public, Google Podcast, Breaker. You dig?
Right.
Just
We
to name
everywhere.
a few.
Right.
iTunes.
And of course YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that's my word. Words born facts.
Right.
Facts.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
Follow niggas,
all
comment.
of those.
At this point, comment if you feel a certain way. Let us know. If you think we suck, you know what? Real shit. You know what? I embrace the negative information.
Yeah, I'm here for all the comments. Like,
we want all the smoke.
I want all the smoke.
All of it.
All of that.
I'm a pot smoker, so I definitely want all the smoke.
I'm not. Well,
I doubt.
on occasion, you know.
I doubt it.
Special occasions.
Periodically.
Hey, if I'm in the lineup, the hell out hit. That's my
philosophy.
That's my philosophy.
If I'm in the lineup.
Yeah, I'll hit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can apply that in multiple ways.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, for real though, that's why I meant to tell you we watched the video last week on the 12 universal laws, and the person who was doing the commentary, it would sound like a white lady, but her attitude was that of somebody's grandmama or mama, because she came at it so fucking real about how you should approach and handle the 12 laws. It was like everybody has these little ways and they have these vision boards and all this. No, this is not just you put some stickies and stickers and you put it in your mind here and there. It's a lifestyle. It's a complete lifestyle change. It's a complete change of how you operate, you view, and your thought process. And then throughout the 12 laws, it got to one of them, and I can't remember which one it was, but it also was like, yo, when don't avoid your negative emotions. This shit stuck. It was like you shouldn't avoid your negative emotions. You actually feel and identify your negative emotions. They're healthy. They help you see where you stand at this point of your life and how you feel about certain things. So you should really look at them, identify them, see where they stem from, acknowledge them, and then let them go. Because if you ignore them, you suppress them, they will always be with you, and through every other energy or event or gift or blessing that comes through will be tainted by that negative emotion every time it comes through, because you haven't identified it and released it. And I was like, damn, bitch.
Well, you gotta send me that video.
I am. I'm seeing your link.
Okay.
But she was real. But it's all like, whew. It was deep. We were sitting there like, damn.
What's
like,
her name?
It wasn't even her. We don't know. It was just the 12 laws. It was one of the videos that came up. But the person that was speaking, like, you didn't see no face. It was just the images on the screen. But shit, she said some shit that was just like, okay.
If you really apply these laws to your life, it will change.
Brr.
Yeah.
I feel like we seeing this shit right now in the past 5 months. You don't remember the conversation, but I remember the conversation at the beginning of this year. And it was straight up, we not going to be doing the same thing. Our podcast is about to expand and propel.
Right.
And I see it firsthand. I'm not just sitting back like, oh, snap, in the moment.
Right.
I'm watching it as it's ascending. We're ascending in the moment. I mean, we're ascending while we're doing this. This is exactly what we put out there.
Right.
And we actually are abiding a lot more by the rules. Like, just meditating on a daily basis. Releasing a lot of shit that we had stored in, letting it go. And new stuff is coming in.
Yeah. We
New opportunities is making room. My nigga, my apartment is borderline clean.
Ooh.
Like, I've thrown away a lot of shit that was just hoarded.
Right.
that I had certain connections to that was literally fucking with me. I ain't realize it. I cleaned out a lot. I got rid of old clothes. I ain't got no clothes. I ain't had no clothes before. I literally ain't got no clothes at all.
I got rid of a lot of my clothes too.
Got rid of old paperwork. Nigga, I had like old student loan paperwork. Like, nigga, that means I'm always gonna be carrying that debt.
Now, if you throw away the paperwork, don't mean debt gonna disappear now.
No, but the debt is starting to disappear because I'm starting to address it.
Right.
Because it's no longer fear that I got locked away in the closet that I'm scared to look at.
Oh.
I saw it, dealt with it, addressed it, threw it away, and now when it comes in, I know I'm aware of it, but I'm still handling fear, dealing and facing the fate head on.
And that speaks to how these laws, you're always practicing these laws, so you should become aware of these laws so you can practice them to your advantage.
Yeah.
These laws are always going to happen. It's always going to be an effect to some cause. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be a yin and a yang. It's always going to be some compensation to something you did. It's always going to be something, you know. And that's the law of attraction. What you're thinking about and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be attracted to you. What you're putting out, you're going to get back. All of that.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, niggas don't like to talk about it, but that's all fucking Big and Pop talked about. At least about the first 2 albums by Big and at least about 3 albums by Pop.
Expound.
And we don't look at it, but now that I'm older, they died at 24.
I be thinking that too. I be like, damn, they died really young.
Oh my God.
It's like you don't notice it because you were so much younger than them.
You was young, but bruh, anybody who's made it past 24, 25 or 5 years, you know how young that is.
Right. That's crazy.
Anybody who's made it to 30, you like, damn, they was some babies.
Right.
They was some babies.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's so crazy.
That's all they saw. That's all they talked about. That was their reality. And that became their reality.
Even like Malcolm X, I think, died at like 39. Yeah.
He still got to experience his life. And he knew why death was coming for him. Yeah. It wasn't just death. Malcolm X knew that he was touching too many people.
Yeah.
He was inspiring way too many people. So, yeah, man.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for listening. You got anything else you want to say? I don't want to just end it. You know what I'm saying?
What was your light bulb moment? Because we missed. Sorry for last week. We were supposed to do this last week, but I've been sick for like weeks on end, so I couldn't do this shit last week.
I would say my light bulb moment was to increase compensation, you must increase contribution.
So basically, in order to make something, you got to put something out there.
Right.
I actually say, bro, all jokes aside, I really think about volunteer service and stuff like that because that's a contribution.
Right. Another light bulb moment. I didn't read this earlier, but I read it. Well, yeah, I didn't read it off my paper, but I read it. Like, oh, that sounds stupid. But Rick's success comes from people making a habit of putting in more than what they take out. Exceed expectations.
So basically, you always need to do more.
Exactly. Always doing more
than what's required.
Exactly.
That's true, man.
Giving more, doing more, and not even expecting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not looking to be compensated for it.
I would say look to be compensated because that has something to do with intentions.
Okay, not to be monetarily compensated
right.
for it. Does that fit better?
I guess just know you're going to be good. To be confident in your
good.
Yeah, to be confident in your contributions, to know that you're taken care of.
It's because it's gonna come back.
Right, it's gonna come back in some way, shape, or form.
It's gonna come back.
Right. So, yeah, I love these laws. That was dope.
Actually, these laws are making you understand how you need to operate and move through the world.
Right.
That's it. There's just nobody is talking about this. Ain't shit your parents telling you when you was growing up. You know you should abide by these 12 laws because this is pretty much how the universe operates.
How dope would we be if our parents was telling us all this stuff?
We'd have been meditating and doing all this shit from a very young age.
I would be levitating. I would be like flying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you really would.
Yeah.
No, you probably would be flying.
That's crazy.
Yo, holla at us. Check us out, AwesomeNeil17, Instagram, Lightbulb Moment, Instagram.
Deshaun Deron.
Yo, check out his other podcast, Will and Deshaun, and Mothers.
House.
Because I like to say kitchen. I don't know why we want to say kitchen.
We ain't cooking.
Nigga, y'all do be cooking. Y'all be cooking up the tea. Oh,
The tea.
the tea.
But thank you so much for listening.
I appreciate
Be
it.
blessed.
Blessed up.
Bye.
Peace out.